My name's Emma, and this is the story of how a little wooden bridge saved my family. It might sound strange, how can a bridge do that? But trust me, you'll see. I live in a small town where the streets are lined with colorful houses and every neighbor knows your name. My home sits on the east side of a slow, sparkling river. Across the river, on the west side, lives my grandpa, Mr. Thomas. He's the kind of grandpa who always has a story to tell about fishing, building, or the good old days. And between us stands the bridge, or at least, it used to. When I was younger, that bridge was my favorite place. It wasn't just wood and nails, it was our meeting spot. Grandpa and I would wave to each other from opposite ends and race to the middle. Sometimes we'd sit with our feet dangling over the water, tossing breadcrumbs to the ducks. But last year, something changed. My dad and Grandpa had a big argument. I never knew exactly what it was about, but I heard bits and pieces. It had something to do with the family store. Grandpa wanted to keep it small. Dad wanted to expand. Whatever it was, it made them stop talking altogether. And just like that, the bridge became quiet. I still crossed it sometimes to visit Grandpa, but Dad never came with me anymore. He'd just say, maybe another day, and go back to his office. It felt like someone had taken a piece of my family and put it on the other side of the river where I couldn't reach. Then, one night, a huge storm hit our town. The wind howled like a pack of wolves, and the rain slammed against the windows so hard I thought they might break. When morning came, I rushed outside to check the bridge. My heart sank, part of it had collapsed, and the rest was too shaky to walk on. The mayor said it would take weeks to fix, and until then, people would have to take the long road around the river. For me, that meant seeing Grandpa a lot less. That's when I had an idea. I couldn't rebuild the whole bridge, I was only 10, after all, but maybe I could start. Maybe I could do something small that would make people want to help. So the next morning, I grabbed my paint set. I picked the brightest colors I had, sunny yellow, sky blue, cherry red, grass green, and headed to the bridge. I started painting the railings with flowers, swirls, and little birds. Each stroke of my brush made me feel a bit happier. That afternoon, Dad passed by and stopped. "Emma, what are you doing?" I dipped my brush in yellow and looked at him. Maybe not the wood, but maybe the people. For a moment, he didn't say anything. Then, to my surprise, he came back with a toolbox. He started hammering loose nails, replacing broken boards. We worked together all afternoon, me painting, him repairing. On the second day, someone else showed up, Grandpa. He carried a bundle at Dad, and for a second, I thought they might turn away from each other again. But then Grandpa said, "Need a hand?" Dad nodded. No big speech, no dramatic moment, just a nod. But it was enough. Over the next few days, the bridge slowly came back to life. Bright colors danced along its sides, fresh boards replaced the weak ones, and the creaking steps turned sturdy again. People passing by started smiling when they saw it. When we finally finished, we stood in the middle together, Dad, Grandpa, and me. The river below reflected the painted flowers and the golden sunset. Dad turned to Grandpa. "You built this bridge once. I guess it's only right we rebuild it together." Grandpa smiled, his eyes a little watery. "Guess so." And just like that, they started talking again. Now, every time I walk across that bridge, I remember how a little paint, a few tools, and a lot of love brought my family back together.